Hello everyone, and welcome to the last video of Mermay 2020. Last week I was feeling a little burned out, and this week I was on fire. I feel like that is backwards somehow, but I loved every single mermaid that I drew, even though some days I was cutting it close to finishing on time. I think my success this week is in a large part to y'all. Your comments are so sweet, and your suggestions for mermaids really helped me to keep going and coming up with mermaids I would not have even imagined on my own. Thank you all so much. Now let's get to talking about the mermaids. For day 24, I did a tiger shark mermaid. This one was a request, and it was requested a little while ago, but I had it on my list and I kept looking at it and trying to decide how I wanted to go with this one. I wanted her to have a little edge to her, but more the I'll protect my friends to the death, not I'm going to come and chomp off your leg. This isn't Jaws. For day 25, we have an otter mermaid. I really wanted to try this one, and I wasn't at all sure how it was gonna go, but this one turned out so stinking cute. I love it so much. I think the pose really sells it more than anything. I love how little river otters curl up to sleep, and I knew that this was probably the best pose I could use to make the proportions look the best. I know otters are really playful, and I could have drawn her in a dynamic pose, but otters are also either wide open or zonked out, so I figured she's probably the exact same way. The only regret I have about this design is the colors. She's all monochromatic and all about the same brightness level. I did change up some of the brightness levels at the end, and you will see that in the final image, but otters are monochromatic, so she ended up being monochromatic too. But despite this problem, I still think she is super cute, and she is one of my top 5 favorite mermaids that I have done this year. Day 26 is another adorable mermaid. I had a request for a spotted seal mermaid, and since I already had a seal on my list, I was more than happy to oblige. I made her kind of a mermaid and kind of a selkie because I just could not resist giving her face some seal features, because who doesn't love that chubby round face and those big dark eyes? When I was trying to design the tail, I looked up seal tails and I was so confused. They looked so vastly different in the water versus out of the water. I have no idea how those fins work, and of course most of the photos that I was looking at were focused on their faces, which, again, how cute, but there weren't too many underwater photos of their tails, and the ones I found didn't help me figure out the anatomy super well, so I resorted to looking at some scientific articles about seals, and then I took artistic liberties with it anyways. What else is new? Day 27, a lionfish merman. Up to this point, I think all of my mermen were the cute guy type and not the handsome man type, because that's just what I'm comfortable drawing. But I wanted to get out of my comfort zone and bring a little bit of the Jason Momoa vibe to my merman instead of my usual Tom Holland vibe. I don't remember the last time I drew a beard. Have I ever drawn a beard? No, wait, I do remember. I drew some dudes with beards during my last Inktober challenge, and they were not good. So I definitely had to do my research and figure out the best way to draw the beard. I think he turned out really great, and I got a lot of positive feedback on him, so I'm glad that I met everybody else's expectations for a handsome merman. Day 28 is a seahorse mermaid. When I first began working on this mermaid, I was thinking hair and a ponytail, right? Because she's a seahorse and the tail and everything. But I hated it. I didn't like how generic she looked. Not that I'm against generic looking mermaids, but I just figured that since in my estimation I was on a roll, I decided I wanted to take her in another direction. So I played up the hair and turned the ponytail into a half-up hairdo and made it super thick and flowy. I also gave her a lot of texture on her tail with the line art instead of using the coloring later on. I'm also super happy that I decided to add the dots to her color design and carry it up onto her face and shoulders. Day 29, a crocodile mermaid. This one was a request, and I am so glad that I got this suggestion. This was so fun to design, and I would have never thought of drawing a crocodile mermaid by myself. Kind of like my shark mermaid, I gave her more sharp angles than I normally give my mermaids, and of course, a snaggletooth. Well, snaggle teeth. That's my favorite thing to do with these mermaids. Any opportunity I have to give them little snaggle teeth, I will take it. I struggled with the pose for quite a while. I didn't know how to tie in the thick, stocky body of a crocodile with a female torso. I also had to make the hind legs look natural, and I didn't have the pose to help me with that as much as I did with the otter mermaid. But I finally decided to shorten her torso and have her resting her elbows on the ground. I can only assume that if she extends her arms, she's just gonna look like she's doing some push-ups. Day 30, a guppy mermaid. Guppies are a lot like bettas in the wide range of colors and fin styles that they have been bred into. So I found a few photos of these blue-finned guppies, and I really wanted to draw one as a mermaid. I love how everything turned out, even though I had trouble with those bangs for the longest time, and I forgot to give her eyebrows when I first did the line art. I want to take a few seconds to thank all of you for your super kind and sweet comments, and I want to give a shout out to everyone who gave me suggestions on what mermaids I should draw and helped me to decide what mermaids to draw next. If it wasn't for all of you, I would have probably given up halfway through this challenge. Month-long challenges can be quite exhausting when there's other things going on in your life. And if you're not getting any feedback, it can be really hard to keep going. But that wasn't the case here. You all gave me great feedback, and you all helped me to keep at it and complete this challenge, and hopefully you got as much enjoyment out of it as I did. Day 31, and the last day of Mermay, we have a flying fish mermaid. The last request I could fit into my Mermay mermaids. Around the same time I was designing her, I had been looking at 1920s Halloween costumes on Pinterest, and I guess the idea kind of bled over into my art because I ended up giving her a 1920s glam look with the finger waves and the pin curls. Look, I do know some hairstyle terms. Pretty much the only hairstyle terms that I know, and that's because I am a history nerd and I have been watching a lot of historical fashion videos lately. But back to the mermaid. I'm really happy with the colors on this one. I'm glad I decided to bring the pink from the veining on her fins into her hair and eye color. It really ties it all in together so well. So what now? What am I going to do with all of these mermaids? Well, I'm going to be turning them all into stickers. I am currently doing the printing as we speak. I was working my butt off to try to have all these sticker packs ready by the time this video goes up, but I just got a new printer and I haven't learned all the settings and what color profiles to use yet, and I'm trying this new waterproof sticker paper, and excuses. But once I have this all figured out and I have made enough stock, there will be a link to my Etsy shop in the description where you can purchase them. I will probably do a separate video or post about the sticker packs when I get them up in my Etsy shop, so keep an eye out for that. It should be happening within the next week. Also, let me know if there's anything else you think that I should do with these mermaid designs. Would you like to see prints, pins, or other products made with them? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you liked this video. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and as always, have a great day. Bye.